welcome to another edition of Driving Perilously, the show in which we turn on the radio and talk about what it is that's going on. That was Legends 100.3, of course. You can find them. So just do a search for the Great American Songbook, and it's Legends here in Palm Beach County, 100.3 on the radio, but you can find it around the world online, and wonderful preservation of the Great American Songbook. And yes, the Great American Songbook is alive. People are singing those same songs today and writing even songs to add to the canon. Anyway, so what I'm thinking about today is so funny to me. I went down YouTube rabbit holes of conspiracy theories and found them very interesting. Very interesting. But, are they true? Are any of them true? Are they somewhat true? Are they kind of true? Could they be true? Some of them are just so outrageous and so fun. But they don't, I don't think they're true at all. But there's this one that became really interesting to me called Transvestigation. Transvestigation is when the YouTube person finds pictures of somebody, and if it's a man, they say, "Oh, look, the man's hips are wide. It's really a woman." If it's a celebrity who presents as a woman, "Oh, look, her eyes are far apart. It's really a man." So there's this whole genre of videos of people looking at photographs of celebrities and saying that they're not the gender that they purport to be. And there's something really powerful about hearing somebody say something while you're looking at a picture. So what I realized from listening to these and watching these is they can say anything. And if you're not critically thinking, you'll go, could be, yep, There's a certain amount of credibility just to the human voice saying something while showing you something. So they can be saying the opposite of what they're showing you, but there's something about the news that understands this. There's something about teachers that do this. There's something about parents that do this. They have a certain amount of convincing power, even if the thing they're saying is absolutely ridiculous. So pairing images with words and sounds is a really powerful communication tool that can be used to just flat out lie. But it's more often used to imply things that, sure, they want you to see that, but you could see something completely different if it was presented in a different way. So, okay, let me get to the point. So, video after video after video of people finding photographs of a person and saying, this person has the characteristics of the other gender. This person is lying to you. This person is not really a man, or this person is not really a woman. And they show photographs or, sketches of a typical woman's frame, a typical man's frame. They talk about finger length digit ratios. They talk about facial features that are more common in men and versus more common in women. It's sexual dimorphism. What obviously people have there's similarities, but more men tend to be this and more have these characteristics, and more women tend to have those characteristics. So I watched a whole bunch of these, and I came to one conclusion, and that is that in the huge world of celebrities, in my head, I could name 1,000, 2,000 celebrities. We all know these people. There's got to be one. There's got to be one that has been hiding and pretending to be the other gender. I don't think it's widespread, but there's got to be one. And I'm thinking, okay, if I had to pick one, who can I pick one? So I was in a play, and I was talking to people that, didn't really know, but were in a common project, and I brought up this subject, and it's really not a subject you should talk about with people you don't know. So here I am posting it on YouTube for people to see that I don't know, but it's not really, it's outlandish. But we're in a time when people are pretending to transition and putting on clothes and saying, oh, look, I'm really this, I'm really that. So it's not too far of a stretch to think that there are people who do that who don't want other people to know, and that throughout history there's got to be somebody that's pretended that, because people are liars and people pretend things, and there's got to be somebody that's pretending this. I mean, they're in movies, they're pretending all the time. So I'm talking to this guy, and I'm explaining that I'm finding this very interesting. And I don't know, he must have showed some kind of interest because I kept talking about it. And I said, you know, like maybe Carol Channing. And he says, oh yeah, I grew up next to Carol Channing. her friend was her daughter, I can't even talk. Her son was one of my good friends. So here I'm talking to a complete stranger, almost, about this complete crazy thing, almost crazy. And I pick one example, and it's someone he knows. But you know what? There are a lot of liars in the world. I have no reason to think that Carol Channing is one of them, was one of them. After all, she did halftime the very first Super Bowl. Just had to throw that in there. How can that even be true, right? But it's called Transvestigation, and it is continuing to be interesting to me because I swear to you, if you watch it without the sound and you see all the photographs of this person, and then you turn on the sound, without the sound, you're going to be like, oh, there's that celebrity. And with the sound, you're going to be like, oh, this person is lying. This person is not who they purport to be. The combination of words and sound of, TV, videos, movies is so powerful, and we are so indoctrinated. And sure, there are people trying to get to the truth and trying to tell us what they think and trying to, whatever, they're not lying, but it's such a powerful medium. It's insane. And I grew up surrounded with it. So I didn't really see it until I went to something as crazy as that and started to think about it. There's several newscasters who have left the news business because they realized, and now they're just truth seekers, and independent journalists and so forth. But yeah, check out some Transvestigations. Check out Apostle Laura Lee, Mr. E, and a lot of them change their names all the time, so you can't even find them anymore. But yeah, just check out a couple, and you'll see what I mean. And as we continue this onslaught of creating content of words and pictures put together, or music, sound and audio and visual, AV, sound and things to see and things to say. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, we have a responsibility. And now that every person can turn on a device and record anything and put it out there for anyone in the world to see, I don't know, I guess there's so many competing voices that it doesn't necessarily have any impact at all. But the power of that medium is just something far beyond anything I thought of until I started looking at Transvestigation. All right, have a good one. That's it.